Pension is turned every year, 11th December, to senior citizens of Nigeria. We have one of them joining us live from Abuja, National Trustee of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Danladi Agetu. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7. Mr. Agetu, let's begin with the position of the Union of Pensioners, who are now asking state governments not to dip hands into the pensioners' resources. Can you shed more light on that development for us?
Yeah, are you talking of the state pensioners?
Absolutely.
Or state, because I'm representing both state and federal pensioners. Are you talking specifically state pensioners?
Absolutely. What we're told is that the union has warned state governments not to borrow from pensioners' fund. I'm asking that you shed more light on that development for us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, with the coming into force, the Pension Reform Act of 2004, some state governments key into the new Pension Reform Act. So, since that time, money is being accumulated in the pension trust fund. That is from contribution from the employers and employees' contribution. So the money is being paid by the workers to prepare the day they will retire, and from that time part of the money will be given to them, while the rest money will be managed so that they will be getting monthly pension from the dividends of that saving account which they made during their service. So as the money is accumulating, certain state governors or state governments, thinking that the money is free for all, wants to borrow from the money, so that they promise to pay, that they want us to allow them to borrow from the money so that they can pay at the stated time. And bearing in mind what we know, how the state governors are administering their states, and how we know that they have tenure, that there is no guarantee that if this money is borrowed, there is no single guarantee that the money will be refunded back. And our fear is that at the end of the day, the money that is being saved to pay gratuity and pension, you will not get anything there. So that, and if that happens, it will be very bad for pensioners. That is why we are against it totally.
What is the current situation now generally with the payment of gratuities and pension for senior citizens? In the past, we've had certain people who did not get the money, and those who did got only a fraction of it.
Yeah, actually the situation is diverse. There are federal pensioners under defined benefit scheme that are being taken care of by pension transition arrangement, that is PTAD. Those group of pensioners have no problem with their gratuity and pension. They are receiving their gratuity, they are receiving their monthly pension when it is due. But the issue we have now instead is some state governors, or some state governments, I can say. Many of the state governments, in fact, are paying pension and gratuity, there is no problem. But there are some state governments that adamantly refuse to pay even the pension. If not of recent, that is about a month ago or so, the Imo state government refused to pay pension. After all the efforts the Nigerian Union of Pensioners is making, the Nigerian Labour Congress is making, they were adamant, they refused to pay. So pension arrears have, for over 20 months, remains unpaid in Imo State. But thank God, we have an information today that they have started payment of monthly pension. There is also some claims of pensioners in River State. The pensioners are not well paid. There are some underpayments here and there. And that we made all effort to see that the government actually promised to pay, but up to now they have not been paying. They are only paying what they want as pension. So as far as we are concerned, we are only having problem with 2 state governments. The rest, there is no problem, except of course few state governments that refuse to pay gratuities, but they are paying monthly pension.
Apart from taking to the streets, what other forms of engagement does the union take advantage of, especially for state governments that have refused to pay? Mr. Agetu, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I'm asking what other alternatives the union explore to engage state governments that have refused to pay pensioners, apart from taking to the streets.
Yeah, actually, we are too old, to go to the street. We keep that one aside. But we want to utilize the wealth of our experience to see how we can persuade or even coerce the state governments to pay this pension. We have so many alternatives. We can use press. We can gather some lectures. We can have some alternatives that we think that these people should pay, because our surprise is that they are paying the political pensioners. The political pensioners are those that are having super jumbo pension. They are being paid. You see a retired governor will be getting up to 5 million, 6 million per month with a lot of packages in the country and abroad. So we are surprised that if a government can pay a retired governor or a retired deputy governor such a package, we are surprised that they cannot pay this meager amount. Some are receiving 5,000, some are receiving 6,000 per month. We don't know why these people, we don't know why these governors are not so pitiful enough to pay these pensioners.
It's a good place to end it, Mr. Agetu. You have our best wishes, especially you and other senior citizens who have done so much to contribute to the growth of fatherland. Nigerian Union of Pensioners National Trustee Danladi Agetu joins us live from Abuja.